In this video, I'm going to show you 5 tried and true ways to market your music so you build credibility, build your fan base, and make sales. So let's get to it. Hey, and welcome to Music Space, where we help working musicians just like you learn how to quickly and easily make a living with your craft. So if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. So marketing can be a really tough thing to do because it has to be done properly in order to be effective. And most musicians and artists are going about doing it in the wrong ways. For a lot of artists and musicians, the entire marketing strategy that they use is something like, posting a post on Facebook to their Facebook friends to let them know that their project is coming, and then, making a few posts after that. And then when the album or project comes out, they provide a link to it where people can go buy it, say off iTunes or something. And then that's pretty much it. And this is simply not effective in building any sort of credibility or building your fan base or making any sort of substantial sales at all. One of the things you hear from me a lot is that you have to start thinking of yourself as a business if you want to build credibility and make money. And in that, there are principles and strategies that simply have stood the test of time that you need to follow if you want to be successful. We no longer live in a world where you just simply record a good song and you get it in front of enough people and then that makes you famous. That's just not how it works anymore. The way that it works now is that you have to be implementing good, solid business strategies. That said, let's get into the 5 tried and true strategies to market your music. Now, right before we jump into those 5 strategies, I want to let you know about my free ebook that you can download right now. Now, this ebook will give you 10 tips that you can start using today as a musician or an artist to make 10 times more money. And again, it's completely free and the link is in the description of this video. All right, so the first tip is you have to make good music. Now, it goes without saying that the music you want to market needs to be good. And by good, I don't mean that it has to be a hit song or anything close to it. I simply mean that the presentation of the song needs to be of competing nature. Like it needs to sound and look good, like it belongs in the realm of good music. So like, for example, imagine listening to the radio and then all of a sudden this song comes on that sounds like it was recorded on somebody's cell phone or something like that. Now the lyrics could be the most creative lyrics ever written and the music can be the most, innovative music ever written, but it will not be heard as such because of the presentation. So it's really simple. You just need to make sure that your music is packaged and presented in a professional nature so that it can be heard and be viewed as professional and in the realm of good music. And this is something that you don't necessarily need to spend a ton of money on, but you do need to invest some resources in it so that it gets to that level of professional and that it's again heard in that realm of good music. Now, before we get to the next tip, if you're getting value out of this so far, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, because that lets me know that you appreciate this content and it lets me know what type of content to make for you in the future. Now, the next tip is you need to build a website. Now, a lot of people sleep on websites, but your website is really your golden ticket into the professional market. Your website is what a badge is to a police officer. It's a symbol that shows your credibility of who you are. It conveys specific information about you as an artist or a band or a musician so that the reader gets a snapshot of who you are, what you do, the services you provide, and what you offer in general. And it's nothing that needs to be really fancy or anything like that, and it costs almost next to nothing to have a website. There are tons of services out there where you can create one yourself. You can use things like Wix or WordPress or things like that to create websites, or you can even pay somebody to do it, like on sites like Fiverr.com. You can use people and pay them a small amount to just create you a nice professional website. But either way you decide to do it, you need to have one so that people can learn who you are and what you offer. And this is really what marketing is all about. And it can be like a really simple one-page website where it's just contact information, has a snapshot of what you offer, the specific things that you do if you play this type of gig or you only sing at these types of events or whatever the case may be. People need to know that. And it's a hub where people can just get that information from you without, having to contact you. They can just log on the internet and see the things that you offer. So make sure you have a website set up so that people can learn that information about you. Now, the next marketing strategy is build an email list. Now, an email list is your direct line of personal communication with your fan base. And it has proven to be one of, if not the most effective way with keeping in touch with people who have expressed interest in what you do. It's really the avenue in which you build relationships with people from around the world, which again is really what marketing is all about. Marketing in the current economy that we're in focuses on building a relationship between the seller and the buyer. And you see this everywhere now. This is why services like Patreon exist, where, people can subscribe to you and pay you a premium to get access to you in particular ways or in certain ways. There are even services that provide this close connection with things like videos and text messaging on a particular app or something like that with big time celebrities. So it's no longer this really big company and then everybody else is down here. That gap has started to close and the big company is here and people are here. And those close connections are the things that make sales and make, marketing effective. So in any marketing strategy, the email list is the vehicle which sort of drives authority and drives that connection and drives those sales from, prospective clients and people who have, sort of subscribed to get what it is that you offer. And in this case, your musical skills or whatever you offer as an artist or band or musician. So if you can just do one thing right now, like today, to start marketing your music, that thing really needs to be an email list and building an email list with your fan base so that you have that close connection to them. Now, the next marketing strategy is you need to have a music video. So I'm still really shocked at the amount of bands and artists and musicians that don't have at least some semi-professional video footage of themselves. In the world of video everything, video exists everywhere. Your video is your demonstration of what you offer and what you do as an artist. It's like when you go to a grocery store or a mall and you're walking around and they offer you the samples of food. Those samples are giving you a taste of what it is those particular people offer. So your music video and your music video footage is the same thing for you. It's giving people a sample of what it is that you offer as an artist or band or musician. Now, I want to be clear here what I mean by music video. I'm not necessarily talking about, a professionally produced $10,000 video where, you've gone and paid people, loads of money to produce one big video. That's not necessarily how it needs to be done, especially nowadays. It's honestly something that you can do with your cell phone, though I would suggest recording the audio part professionally. Like everybody has a studio these days, and I don't even mean a big room or space or recording studio. Everybody has a laptop and an interface nowadays. So when you're shooting your video footage, you can do it at a gig. Somebody bring their laptop and their interface, set up a couple of microphones and record everything. Maybe go back later and do some overdubs if you didn't have enough equipment to get all of the instruments there in the actual video, so that this audio can be mixed and synced with the video footage later. And this doesn't need to be a single video of a song that you do or something like that. It can be multiple videos, or it can be one video with a mashup of songs. There's lots of ways that you can do that. But again, this is your sample. This is that, when they offer you the little food on the toothpicks, this is what your music video serves as in your marketing. People need to see that and they need to understand and they need to get that sample size of what it is that you do. So if you don't have any video footage that you can use, especially where the audio is sort of at least semi-professionally recorded and mixed and synced with the video, schedule a video shoot today. You can do it on your next gig. You can, do a whole video shoot, however you want to do it, but make sure you get that video done because again, that is the sample of your work. That's the demonstration of what you do. And people need to see that. And that's a highly sought after marketing thing for musicians. People want to see video footage of what you do. Now, this next strategy is a really powerful one, and it's something that's used by big time people in multiple industries, not just the music industry, and that is a joint venture strategy. Now, a joint venture is basically where you pool resources with another person or another business for a specific task, and in this case, marketing your music. So as an example of how this works is, say you have a Facebook following of about 50 people for your artistry. About 50 people follow you, they know what you do. Not really a lot of people, right? But you know of someone, or you know of a business who has 5,000 followers of musicians and artists and bands and things like that. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to link up with that person and you're going to create sort of this quid pro quo or win-win situation to where you offer something and they offer you something. So in this case, they offer you to promote your music to their followers, to all of their 5,000 followers, and then you offer them something. So a lot of times it's something like you give them, 25 to 50% of the sales that you make from the followers that bought, your music from their followers list. So basically you have this other person or business promote your music to these other followers, and you give that person a percentage of the sales that you make from their followers. And that's just one example. The ways to do this is endless. You could offer, whatever sort of win-win situation that you can create that, help somebody out if they help you is a good joint venture strategy. And the results of this is that you generally make more money, or you make more sales, or you get more credibility, or, whatever the case it is that you're going for, you get more of that by pooling resources with another business or another person. And you can even do this with people and businesses that have similar resources as you. So like you may have 5,000 followers and they may have 5,500 followers. Well, pooling resources together still gives you 10,500 followers to promote your music to. So you see how that works? You sort of get double the sales, double the credibility, and all of that than you would have gotten if you had just done this venture by yourself. And again, this is something that big major companies and big business people do. They do joint ventures. They pool resources together because they understand what can come from those things. So think about who you can do joint ventures with. And again, it doesn't have to be one. You can pool resources with multiple businesses, multiple people, multiple companies. Start thinking about those people that you can pool resources with so that you get your music out and market it to more people. And you'll be more quickly on your way to building that fan base and building that credibility and making large sales. So question, what marketing strategies are you using? What marketing strategies have you found to be effective in marketing your music? Jump down in the comment section and let me know. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. And thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.